but Mississippi has recently received significant American Rescue Plan funding to help reopen our schools. The reality is that most Mississippi schools have been open for in-person learning for nearly 10 months, as many Mississippi schools resumed classroom instructions last August. We really got back in quick with good results and made some good decisions there that our leaders made. But the school year for most Mississippi schools ended in early May, and students are already out for their summer break. In your submitted testimony, you stated that the plans to reopen are bold and will require coordination among key stakeholders at the federal, state, and local levels. However, this statement and several others from the department seems to ignore the fact that many other states like Mississippi have been open since fall of 2020. So we have this money, but we've already been open. But how much flexibility are schools being given to use the American Rescue Plan funding? Because that's the calls that I get, and that's the questions that I get from my schools and my educators.
Yeah. Thank you, first of all, for your comments and for the thoughts that you're bringing up on behalf of the constituents you serve. And like you, my own children have attended since August, and I've been fortunate, and so are the students in Mississippi, that were able to attend in person early, safely. That's critical. So we know, as I mentioned in a previous response, that the impact of COVID affected some regions differently than other regions, and we have to be aware of that and provide the flexibilities where needed. We recognize that in some places, while students have been in school, it might have been in a hybrid model, or some students have had access more than other students due to whether it's confidence or trauma with the pandemic. Some students will still need support, even if they're going into school maybe half-time or full-time even. We also know that summer learning will help bridge those gaps of learning that were experienced through the disruption of COVID-19. So flexibility is important. And what we're trying to do is balance flexibility while making sure that the impacts of COVID-19 are being addressed with the American Rescue Plan, as was the expectation from Congress. So we're working closely with states to communicate flexibilities, and we're available if there are questions in Mississippi to discuss how their plans are being rolled out and questions that they might have around flexibilities or adherences to specific requirements that might have come out of the agency.
So all we have to do is really contact your department and for these individual questions, because I know they have some really good ideas, but we want to make sure we're following the guidelines the way that we're supposed to be doing that.
Sure, Senator. You know, we do encourage innovation also. So we look forward to hearing it. As a matter of fact, we'll reach out just to make sure that we're partnering with Mississippi to make sure that their questions are answered and that we can promote as much flexibility to meet the needs of the students as needed.